are you graduating or you're not graduating them. And if your graduation rate drops below X percentage, then you're fined or you're penalized as a coach. And I think it's something that needs to continue to be scrutinized. I mean, we want our kids to come in and get the degree, and if there's no scrutinization, then there's no checks and balances. So I think that's a positive that's been looked at closely.
I don't think anyone is targeting the black athlete. They might target sports. And what two sports would they look at? Football and men's basketball. So if you're going to look at those two sports, again, back to responsibility, the coaches and those young men need to understand that we have to take our academics seriously.
And I think the scrutinization was something that's probably called on by us as African Americans in the community. Say, hey, what are you guys doing? Are you being held accountable for what's going on? Let's take a closer look at it. It's probably something that we wanted and something we should continue to encourage.
We're moving towards the end of the program. Any other comments or questions? Yeah.
All right. I'm Braylon Hoskins. I'm a first year, and I'm not an athlete, but I'm studying biology or pre-med. And I just wanted to switch it on the other side of the spectrum just to say, like, how do I deal with, I guess you could say, analyzing how I look and how I act and not being an athlete while getting associated with being an athlete all the time. Every time I asked, was I going to Carolina, somebody said, oh, what sport do you play? I'm a biology major. I want to be a neonatologist. I want to work with babies in the neonatal intensive care unit. I want to do stuff like that. How do I address that with me having hair like this, or me not having $40 every time to pay to make sure it's always switched, or having a haircut maybe all the time, but still having something on the inside of me to show that I care to attend this university, or I care to with my academics. I mean, I grew up with my mom and my little sister. I mean, this is stuff I go through every day, but I still get scrutinized and looked upon like that. So I just wanted to know, how do I get through the university?
I mean, I think you said it. You didn't even realize that you gave the answer to your own question when you said, when I look in myself, it's something inside of me. What you have to realize is that people are always going to judge you no matter what you look like, no matter what you do. People are always going to have their perceptions about you. However, you have to make it a personal decision for yourself to say that, you know what, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, therefore I'm going to do it. And know that you go to an institution that supports you 100%. You may not feel that support all the time, but you have to go out individually and seek that support and find those people who are willing to be there by your side. Because I can tell you, there are plenty of faculty and staff members in this very room right now who are willing to take you under their wing. And you cannot allow outside perceptions bother you. They will. I mean, it's human nature. They're going to get to you every now and then, but you have to have the stronger will in yourself to overcome that. I mean, I know exactly where you come from. I came from a single parent home, and I made it to Carolina. I was the only black male in my graduating class. It was only 59 in my graduating class, but I was the only black male to go to a PWI. And I'm the only black male today to actually still be in school for my graduating class. Like, those are the realities that we face. And there were people in my community. I mean, I go home today and people are like, where you go, UNC Charlotte? Or if I say UNC, they automatically assume that I'm talking about Charlotte or Greensboro. And then they do a double take when I say, no, Chapel Hill. It's like, oh. I mean, there's those perceptions that are always going to exist. However, you cannot allow that to influence you and to hinder you from succeeding in life. It's on the inside, like you said. And as long as you encourage yourself, you can make it.
I would add that two things. One, a really magnificent African-American male by the name of John Hope Franklin, who was born in 1915, won the highest medal in this country, and I think it was 1995, the Medal of Freedom. And his story, as he told it to me, was that as he was preparing to go get that medal, he was in a room of very austere individuals. And one of the individuals came up to him and handed him his ticket to get his coat. Okay? So he's getting the highest medal in this country, the best historian this country has produced. And somebody hands him the ticket to get his coat. So it might happen. We have, as generations before you, haven't done sure it doesn't happen, and I'm sorry for that. But when it does happen to you, you have some choices. You can be the example and be the counter-example for people to learn. You can keep it to yourself, you can let it destroy you. I hope you don't do the latter.
Question or comment right here?
Yeah, this is just kind of, I guess to help wrap up the conversation. So thinking about and considering the perceptions that we get as we walk around campus as Black students, and keeping in mind kind of this dark cloud that has been over the Atkins department and the university as a whole, with scandal after scandal after scandal. How do we, as Black Carolina and as Carolina students in general, help the university move on and move forward and get past all this? Because it seems to be lingering. The media likes to rehash a lot of things that happened years ago. So how do we get past this and how do we move on?
Well, it starts, I think, what I heard tonight is action and strategy. So this is a great beginning, dialogue, connections. I know at the